What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I am on my way to my legal aid appointment, and it is windy as fuck out today. But I caught a break right now, and here it comes.
This year is known as my time. 14 to 15, you're mine. This is my life as I live with my cat and me. What you got to give? So sit and explore my life while I walk through life with strive. But I'm here for all to show, even those left behind can't glow.
Oh, good old legal aid. Legal aid. Basically, I'm just here to talk to legal aid, to talk about my case, my reconnaissance rearrest. Hi.
Are you taking pictures of?
I'm not taking pictures at all, I'm filming.
Of what? Building?
Of myself.
Okay.
Am I not allowed to film?
No. I don't like you taking pictures of yourself, not building.
Okay. Yeah, so basically just here for my rearrest, to get that worked out and to see what the process is involving getting my conditions removed, and of course with Amanda being my surety and being legally obligated to be a part of this whole thing, any processes that might be involved with that as well. This fucking shit, man. Ah, fuck, I spent my whole life trying to stay out of jail, and now, you know, people like from my childhood and everything said I'd be in jail before I was 10, which I was, but once I became legal age and had my child record revoked, you know, I made a point that, you know, I was not going to be in jail, and everybody said, you know, if you keep up this type of lifestyle, you'll be in jail by the time you're 30. I'm like, no, I won't. I will do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen. I turn 30 next month. Legal aid appointment is finished. And a lot of information. Apparently my reconnaissance, the rearrest forms that Amanda had to sign with the surety is actually for the Supreme Court and not provincial court. So I can't go and get my conditions removed from my original arrest of not being able to be in parks unless the Crown from the provincial courts approves the Supreme Court to justify having the provincial court deal with the conditions, something along those lines. It's really intricate, but right now the lawyers at legal aid are basically gathering all the information they can and getting all the Occupy people together and trying to deal with this as a combined case instead of dealing with it individually. They have the executive from legal aid coming down to basically talk to the lawyers, gather information, work out the right process and how they're going to go about this, because they basically, with everybody having the same arrests and same conditions and same reasons for arrest, then they can basically do it all in one shot. But if they have to do it individually, then it will take fucking forever. So they're going to meet up with the executive of legal aid in the next couple days, work out a game plan, and then they're going to get in contact with us and how we're going to deal with this. But there's only 9 people so far from Occupy out of the 15 of us that were arrested that have actually applied for legal aid. I know there's 2 other people that have gone with their own lawyers, and a couple more people I haven't heard from. So I don't know what's going on with them, but if I have to go to the Supreme Court for my reconnaissance, then he said the process will be a lot more difficult and a lot more intensive, and there's a possibility that it could not end up in the way that I want it to, strictly because the Supreme Court is a lot more difficult to get things through than a provincial court. Alright, home from the legal aid office appointment. Just getting ready now to go to the General Assembly. I haven't been going to many meetings in the past week or so, but you know, having my legal aid appointment and getting a little bit better idea of what's going on, I feel it'd be a good time to go check it out. So it'll be nice to see everybody again. I haven't seen many people at all in the past couple weeks, and being depressed for the last little while, it'd probably be good to get out and see some people that I consider friends, which is really weird to say because I've gone so long without having any friends that saying I have friends I can go see seems weird. And that's really sad for someone who's 29 years old, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go see what this meeting is going to be all about.
Be Tony, Tracy, myself, David Walbridge, and a couple of others, possibly in a phone conference type of situation through David's office. And I haven't met a number of these people yet, but they all seem nice. And I'll bring up a number of the issues and get a very clear picture on the constitutional challenge side of these things, because that's where a lot of their efforts are going at the moment. Sounds like everyone is pursuing a lawyer to the best of their abilities at the moment. We may need to speak to some of the Gordon Allen and a couple of the other lawyers about taking on a few other people's cases, since NS Legal Aid seems to be telling us that they aren't interested in taking on, that they're viewing into and not facing jail time as a lower priority, and they will get to them as they can, if that's correct, Eric. It sounds like that's your situation.
Yeah, they pretty much just told me to keep waiting.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me anything. Wait.
Yeah. My experience would tell me that wait won't go on forever, but it's good to pursue other options in the meantime. That's my non-legal advice. So I'll be speaking to them on Monday and come back with a report back for Monday's General Assembly on all the issues. This will be the first time we've really had a chance. I've really had a chance to sit down with a number of lawyers about the issues. That'll be more on the constitutional side than the criminal side, but they'll be able to speak to some of the charges as well, which have so far all been obstruction, to the best of my knowledge.
Last night I did a Petra presentation, which is a form of panel discussion at the Seahorse, and it was themed change cultivation, and I was asked to do it based on the fact that I've been involved with the Occupy movement and that I'm a spoken word poet, and it was about how my presentation was about how listening is integral to communications, and how I'm a communications point person, and how listening is important in communication, and how we have a failing democracy because people are not consulted. And it was like a poetry slam thing, and it went really well, so yay. And there was a few occupiers there, so it was really nice.
Just as I'm getting ready to go, send any legal questions my way or on Facebook or email for the meeting on Monday that I hope will not be again rescheduled due to people not being in Halifax.
Aren't you busybody?
Always all over the place.
All over the place, that's what he said it. Where do you post minutes? Bulletin board under what thing, so I can tell the people online? Post minutes?
Facilitation.
On the bulletin board? And then GA?
Minutes/PA.
It was nice to get out and talk to a couple people. Not a lot of people showed up today, but it was all right. Still a whole lot of talking going on, not a whole lot of doing. When I used to go visit my mom used to work in telemarketing, and she was a director, manager, and all that stuff. And whenever I used to go visit her, you know, they would just be sitting on the phone talking about stuff constantly. Every single time I went in there and talked to her, and they were talking. And then one day I asked her, it's like, do you guys ever actually do anything, or do you just sit around talking about it? And it was ridiculous. And she said, no, we basically just sit on the phone and talk about things all the time, and then things never get done. I'm like, huh. And so I'm kind of getting the same feeling with this. I mean, there are direct action things like, you know, rallies and demonstrations going on every now and then, but it's a whole lot of discussion. But you know, that's one of the downsides to having this type of system, is that you need there has to be discussion, or else there's going to be people who aren't getting heard, and so on and so forth. And the direct democracy full consensus form needs to have elaborate discussion in order to come to a general consensus. So it's a frustrating process, but you know, it gets things done, sort of. But that'll be it for today, guys. Hope you guys had a good day. I'm gonna go home, start editing, and fucking cry in a pillow or something. So, hope you guys had a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay strong, stay wise, you wankers. Peace. Oh, so busy protecting and serving, and wasting money